As I promised, I did want to try to get these more videos like this down just to, talk to you guys or talk to anyone who's ever going to listen or even just look back at these videos just for once in my life to see how things changed or what I could have done better. Um, Usually I wouldn't do these videos as often because, as I did mention from last video, I do live in a shared household. It's hard to find time when it's a little quiet, but I guess it's sort of quiet now, but I apologize in advance if it does get loud in the background, but we'll see. Um, but yeah, I guess to start off I wanted to talk about why Japan and why I wanted to learn the language and why I want to live there. Um, for me, growing up, personally, this might depend on everyone else, but I've always been in a rural area, never lived a very city life or metropolis life per se, but I think when I was younger or in high school, I wrote down something saying that I wish I would live in a bigger city or something where there's more opportunities, right? Um, at least some point in my life I kind of did, which was when I went to school at University of California, Riverside. At least it was decently close to many other big cities. But yeah, most of my life I grew up in a rural area, agricultural fields, near the beach, coastal side. But it wasn't the same as living a city life, I guess. I mean, it's all perspective. So how you live your life depends on everyone's everyone's perspective. So some people may have it good, some people may have it bad. But for me, I think it's finding a sense of belonging. In my small town, there wasn't really a group that kind of fit my niche, and as someone who enjoys dance or breakdance specifically, it was kind of hard to find people who enjoyed the stuff that I do. Also, when I just found out about anime and K dramas, not everyone's gonna like this type of stuff because it's not known in our area as much as you'd think it would be. But other than that, even though I may not experience that in Japan, that's something I want to experience is the city life or because I did go to Tokyo, and Tokyo is the big metropolis city that has millions of people. But it'd be nice to experience it for once. Um, Even if like I do move in a rural area in Japan, I think I think I'd be fine. I'd be fine with it, but it does feel like a change of pace for me to find maybe a commonality with other people. For me, it was kind of hard to do that here. Everyone's too close, and it works out for some people, but not always for others. So, but yeah, to summarize it, I think it's to find that sense of belonging, and why Japan specifically. It's because of that trip. When you take that first international trip for the first time, it kind of changes you, and Japan was that source of happiness during those 2 weeks of traveling. I did a lot of things that were my first time, and it felt nice because I broke out of my comfort zone. This was a spontaneous trip I planned with my friends, and it altered my perspective, and it made me find a dream goal that I didn't know I wanted. So that's why Japan became my goal. And I want to pursue that. I want to be able to live there, find a sense of commonality between the people that I meet and the culture. And it's a change of pace, being here, living in the US or in California specifically. It's honestly a change of pace. Is As I mentioned, like it's very hard to find a sense of belonging for myself. California is a driving city mostly, and living in a rural area like I do, it's not easy to find people who have the genuine interest and commonality that I have. And also, Japan has a really big scene in the has a really big breaking scene, and I want to be able to dance again, and that's always been my passion, and it's something that I want to get back into. And I think it'll all work out. It'll eventually work out. Just gotta keep going through this process, and I think life will be better at that point. But yeah, learning a language, it's learning Japanese specifically. It's fun. Kanji's still difficult, but writing hiragana and katakana, I still have trouble remembering certain characters, but it's a fun process at least. So here and there, I get to be able to use the language a bit. I guess my understanding is a little 50% at most. Probably child's level, but eventually I'll be able to understand it fully at some point. Yeah, moving forward, I guess, I want to make sure I have a positive outlook in in my future, and make sure that I smile more and genuinely try to have a more positive outlook in how things will be. I think doing these videos definitely helped me out. Hopefully, hopefully when it's quieter, I could do these as a weekly thing, or even 2 times or 3 times a week. It definitely helps me out just to get my feelings out, or just to talk about things that I normally wouldn't. And who knows, maybe this will help someone out, or someone's going through the same thing as me, and maybe we'll work towards those goals together despite all the things happening. So yeah, maybe we'll see how things go. Probably give you guys an update on this whole process, on me teaching English in Japan. Eventually, at some point, the videos will be in Japan. I believe in it, and I think as long as I push forward and keep going, I think I'll achieve that dream and make it a reality at some point. Thanks again for always watching, whoever's out there. Good luck. Keep working hard, and we'll get there. Anyways, peace everyone.